I've not done any new videos in a while. Apologies for that. I've been going through a lot. And I did put out a tweet on Twitter and a post on my community tab with regards to exactly how my posting schedule will change. I've always done Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays ever since I started my channel, but now I need to drop it down to say maybe Wednesdays and Sundays, at least for the next couple of weeks or months until I get myself together again. And if that ends up working, then yay me. But if I do have to put any additional post in between the days, I might just end up doing so. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, you should do so, because occasionally I would probably go out of those days to post up something that I absolutely want to get out. But today's post is all about the Asian Readathon, because yes, it's almost May and it is time for the Asian Readathon. My very good friend Cindy over at Read with Cindy created this Readathon last year, and I had such a blast with it last year, and I'm definitely interested in repeating this again this year. So here is my TBR for that. So I'm going to put down in the description bar below the announcement for this year's Asian Readathon on Cindy's channel. I'll also put down the prompts for this year's Asian Readathon down in the description bar as well. It's going to run from May 1st to May 31st, so we have enough time. I've got my phone, I've got the prompts here, and I'm ready to go. I'd like to state though that in order to further push the diversity of this Readathon, Cindy does advise that you pick a book across diverse Asian countries. So don't just limit all your books to picks to Korean authors or Korean books or Japanese. Like, just have a bit of diversity, and I think I was able to accomplish that with my list. So let's get to it. So the very first prompt says read any book by an Asian author. Like, this is basic. This is a basic prompt. It's like, we don't care, there's nothing, just pick an Asian author, read said book. And I have a lot of books to choose from, but the book I ended up going with was A Spark of White Fire by Sangu Mandana. Sangu Mandana is an Indian author, and this book is a space opera fantasy novel that is inspired by the Mahabharata. Yes, you heard that right. So one, this has Indian mythology in it, which is something I love. Then has space opera in it, which is something else I love. This is fantasy. This is fantasy meets space meets the Mahabharata, and it definitely checks so many buttons for me. I love this. You basically have a girl who is exiled from her home in order to protect her. Like, her mother sends her far away in order to protect her. Her brother was meant to take the crown, who is meant to take the throne. Their evil uncle steals the throne from him and also banishes him. So you have the girl now deciding that she's going to join this context to win back this very powerful sentient warship, which is going to use to put her brother on the throne. The only problem is that it sets off a chain of events and things get really, really complicated. It's the first in a series, in a trilogy, the Celeste trilogy, and I've been wanting to read this ever since I bought this, and now I finally get the chance to do so. So whoop, whoop. The next prompt says read a book featuring an Asian character written by an Asian author who you can relate to. Example, if you're an immigrant, you can read about an immigrant character. If you're a woman, you can read about another woman, etc., etc. And for me, in this case, the book I'm choosing is A Line. Yes, A Line in the Dark by Malinda Lo. Ah, God, just look at that cover. This book, Malinda, okay, the character in this book is queer. She's amazingly, beautifully queer. Malinda Lo herself is queer, and as a queer woman reading a book written by a queer writer about a queer character, it's just like, this is just a match made in heaven for me. And Malinda Lo is Chinese American, so, you know, like I said, diverse across the Asian continent, which is very big for those that do not realize it. But anyway, in A Line in the Dark, you have a girl who has a crush on her best friend, right, and is used to observing said best friend, because her best friend doesn't know about her feelings, and being observing means that she fades into the background, and she doesn't mind because it's a great place for her to observe said best friend. But when her best friend starts falling for another girl from another boarding school, and they're like secret, and like draws her best friend into our own crowd of friends, Angie, who is our lead character, realizes that there are so many secrets going on in said boarding school and with said relationship, and she knows that by the time they come out, Jess, her best friend, will need her more than ever. So there's definitely a lot of mystery elements, there's definitely a lot of dark underbelly things going on with this. So I'm thinking, think of it like Pretty Little Liars, but like really queer. Like Pretty Little Liars does have queer characters, but like this is like dialed up to 10, I think, like 10, 11. So just, I've been wanting to read this ever since I bought this, and yeah, A Line in the Dark by Malinda Lo would work perfectly well for that prompt. Then there's the third prompt, where to read a book featuring an Asian character written by an Asian author who is different from you. Example, if you're straight, you can read about a queer character. If you're Japanese, you can read about a book by a Vietnamese author, etc., etc. And the book I'm choosing for that is going to be Anna K by Jenny Lee. Jenny Lee is a Korean American author, and this is a teenage retelling of Anna Karenina. And see, Anna K, our lead character, she's kinda, how do I put it? She's the top of the food chain. She's like the top of money, royalty, you know, people with prestige, class, etc., etc. Things that are amazingly enough missing from my life because I do not have the money, nor do I have the class, nor do I have the upbringing that she does. Because she's top of the pole, like top of Greenwich, their society, Manhattan, their society. So she's as different from me as night is from day. And I just felt like she was just appropriate for this prompt because that level of money, that level of power, the level of influence, I don't think I'll ever see it in my lifetime. So yeah, yay, capitalism. Well, in this, like I said, it's basically a retelling of Anna Karenina, and I have never read Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, so I am actually interested in reading this. If I enjoy this well enough, I might actually end up reading Anna Karenina before I read War and Peace. Now tell me, how many times did I say Anna Karenina in this entire video? Because I think I've been saying Anna Karenina a lot, and I need to stop saying Anna Karenina. Damn it. The next prompts were to read a book recommended by an Asian. Example, we can watch an Asian booktuber recommendation video, ask our Asian friend what book best represents them, have an Asian friend choose between two books on a TBR, etc. So being that Cindy is said Asian friend for me, I reached out to her and I was like, yo Cindy, pick a book for me. And she picked the book SBS, and I'm like, oh my god, that I've been wanting to read that because it's a graphic novel. It's a psychedelic experience that uses moving images, sounds, everything else to tell this amazing story about escape from the Vietnam War. And I've been intrigued by it because I know Cindy read it last year for Asian Readathon month, and I've been wanting to read that. So yeah, I'm totally going to be reading the book SBS. I have my headphones ready. I'm ready. I am absolutely ready. I think it's probably going to be what I'm going to use to kick off the month, like May 1st. That's what I'm going to be reading. I can just feel it. So thank you for the recommendations, Cindy. The last, which is an optional prompt, is read Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste, and we're to participate in the Little Fires Readalong and the Little Fires Watchalong, because apparently I think it became a movie or a show on Amazon. I think I would definitely be interested. I'm going to read that. I'm going to order it off of my Audible because I can't order it now. So I'm going to get it off of Audible and read it, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, those are the 5 books I am going to be reading for Asian Readathon. I cannot wait to read these books. I cannot wait to share my thoughts. Let me know if you all are going to be participating in the Asian Readathon. Let me know what are some of the books that you might pick. If you did not know about the Asian Readathon before and now you do, you're welcome. But yeah, I cannot wait. Friday is almost here. Whoop whoop. Fingers crossed that I'm able to read all the books. But yeah, that will be this video. If you liked it, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other videos. Subscribe if you want to, and if you do decide to subscribe, please click on that notification bell so you can know the minute I have a new video go up. I make new videos every Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'll see you soon. Until then, stay passionate, love books, love yourself. Bye.